Okay, so let's look at some of the messages people sent me. Okay, so here's a whole Google Doc, and I have more, but the thing is like a lot of people wanted to remain anonymous, or they didn't want me to share. So this is the first person. Hello, Mr. Xenosys Vex. Sorry, my English is bad. If I come to you, it's before all to said thank you to speak on the fact, the truth about Req, because sometimes I got bullied for no reason by him, other weird guys like him. So it's good to see someone like you with enough balls to say these things. Messages like these are the reason why I ask you guys why people were afraid to bring this up. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, if for whatever reason you are hesitant or afraid to bring something to Req's attention that he has messed up on, don't be. He's a coward. He's not going to do anything to you other than call you a gamer word. Okay. And big whoop. He can't do anything. I mean, what could he possibly do? Nothing. Nothing. He's a keyboard warrior. If he has given you problems and you feel like you need to stand up for yourself, you should stand up for yourself. Try to defend myself too. Okay, good for you, but it's not going so well. So I chose to stop and answer the bully and let them speak. But for all the guys like me who go on LPDU for Ultimate and PF or find teams to do content, I would say you a big thanks. Love your video. Take it like a game, not a competition. Okay, so this is one message. This is a second message. What is this one?
Okay.
Oh, we've already.
Is there any...
Okay, we've already seen this. We saw this in the Yama video. Okay, so all of these are from Yama's video. Okay, here's another message. Hello, Xeno. I'm a huge fan of you. I always consider you like an idol because I main tank job since Eden Savage, E1 to E12, and I'm glad finally someone is speaking up on how terrible human being Req is. I have 2 encounters with that person, and both of them were just worse than each other. The first time was when I've been doing reclears in the second tier of Savage. I've been in some kind of greedy static who were distribute the weekly loot among their friends before me and another someone. I simply spoke it up, and well, they had to let me. Anyway, I saw Req was recruiting for a tank. I played Dark Knight mainly, and I never knew about the guy who he was. I simply messaged him in a DM asking him, they still need a tank. Req asked me if I was in a static or been doing PF. I said I was in a static, but well, it didn't go well. With him, he asked me why, and I explained to him that there was a conflict in loot and whatsoever. He said that he understands and he will trial me next Monday and gave me a date. I've been kind of looking forward to it until the day came, and I saw he was streaming, so I messaged him to ask if he will still trial me, and I found out simply blocked me and been talking shit about me out of nothing in his streams, such as the only fan horror wants to be in my group and stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of weird. He's just not homophobic and racist. He is also a sexist person who somehow has weird hate against women, I assume in general. Later on, I even heard from people he was kind of witch hunting me. Okay, so far, everything in this message believable because it's been proven before. Posting my DMs to him cut out of context, showing me as someone who is dramatic so no one joins me in statics, which I didn't care. I simply ignored it. And it just made me anxious as simply trying to stay away from statics in general, that tier. And I simply been doing my PF weeklies and forgetting about harm and mental harassment he did to me. That was the first encounter. Okay. So the second encounter was when I was doing DSR and Party Finder, and I basically made it to P7. Yo, DSR and PF, dude. Progging and PF. Holy shit, man. That's rough. Where I'm mostly ready for the kill, and Req joined my friends group pretending to be a helper. Okay, so this is really important here. Pretending to be a helper. Let me tell you guys something. If Req has joined your party to help, he is not a helper. He joins your party for him. I will explain. There is a mentality when you are trying to get a parse. You join people that are not skilled or not comfortable at the game. And I know that sounds weird, but you do this because you know that you will get good kill times and you know that your parse will be higher. Okay? This is why he joins. He does not join to help people. He joins to help himself. Okay? So I want to be perfectly clear on that. All right. Which I didn't feel like even making a scene and talk about. However, we did one poll. Literally, we got to P5. We had a Sam who basically baited his tether a little too close to me. I had a defamation and clipped into me, causing me to die. Simply, it was a Sam's mistake, which if I remember, caused us to wipe. And he simply, instead of even looking up who messed up, he kept raging in his stream, shit-talking me and being like, it's that OnlyFans whore I blocked before. I knew she was a shitty player. I didn't want to get her in my static before and all the garbage talk. Man, I wish this person would have provided a clip for this, but anyway. He calls me OnlyFans whore because I run a small Patreon basically for mods, and I have a small number of supporters, which literally harms no one at all, but he seems to be as well as a sexist person on top of everything, and he honestly simply made me hate doing DSR, and that's unfortunate. I had him blacklisted ever since. Whenever I join a party that he is on, I instantly leave because I know he will be such a piece of shit person. He really harassed me quite many times. Tried to witch hunt me, and even after DSR thing, he went on trying to shit talk me behind my back. So thank you for actually showing him the garbage place where he belongs. I always wanted people to know what a horrible person he is, and many people dislike or hate playing with him, me included. I'm sorry for the TLDR. I know you don't like reading much, but I wanted to get this off my chest. Love your content, Zeems. So this was the third person. Now keep in mind, okay, I've already shown probably about 15 other messages on my previous video, so here's 17 more. Now look, guys, look, I want to be perfectly clear here, okay? I don't give a shit if you believe this or not, okay? But what you cannot dispute is the amount of people that have messaged me. I've also got 4 more today. Every time I talk about this piece of shit, I get more horror stories about how he has been a piece of shit to multiple people. So you can believe it or you cannot believe it. I don't give a shit. But the massive amount of overwhelming evidence against this guy is either 1, points in the direction that he's actually a trash human, or 2, it's the biggest conspiracy that I've ever seen in my life. So you can decide. I don't care. I'm literally showing these because I meant to show these when we were talking about this last time, but there was honestly so much shit that I didn't have enough time to show all of it. Hi there, cute strummer. Just saw your latest video. I know you said you weren't going to talk about it again, but I wanted to pass this along in case anything happens in the future. So for context, my friend kicked one of Req's friends from a top PF group. Req did not like this. Req ended up telling my friend to off himself on stream. Here is a clip of this. Also, I was the ninja from the clip of him saying his co-healer was AIDS and whatnot in top. We watched that clip the other day, or in the last video. That whole experience was really wild for me because we went into top and we one-shot that boss. There was no griefing, no memes. He started his stream to join my PF. We went in and we one-shot. That is actually an incredible party. Yet he still complained and started harassing the co-healer because he had to cast a couple extra AoE heals during meteors and P6. He's not there to help people clear. He's there for his parses. This is 100,000,000% true. Do we even have the video still? Okay, here it is.
Okay, look, I don't usually add people to this, but you clowns belong both on here. Good one. Kill yourself.
Did you get Pokemon Sleep?
Now.
No.
Yeah, in game, sure.
Okay. That clip was in reference to this. Hey, I don't know if you see this, but thank you, Strummer, for all this. This has been going on in EU for a long time, and sadly, LPDU is the only way to PF there. Req is a huge case, but there are many others. With their secret club Discord shit-talking, everyone who dares to wipe while they laugh it off came to light. Not all of them. People like Saren are helpful and nice, of course. Just wanted to think. Okay. So that's John 5. So John 6. Hi, Xenosys. I'm a fellow 14 player from EU. I just wanted to say thank you for revealing Req. I'm really thankful to you because on my top prog days, he joined my prog clear group and I caused 2 wipes back to back and I asked what I did wrong. He just shit talked with me on game chat and his stream. He was such a burden to everyone in EU and people can't talk about it because no one reached a big audience. Even many tried, like Yama. I just want to say you're always welcome to EU. Thank you very much. Just wishing you and Safety Helmet Static have a good best progs in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you again. Much love from EU Raider. This is Timothy 7. Hey Xeno, I've known Req, aka Liminal Octave, Skill Issue, Ayaran, and Aaron's Doc. I didn't know those aliases. For over 12 years, okay, I'm sorry to say he was always been the way he is now, even when I was co-moderating a 100K member Pokemon face. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, all right. So this guy tells other people to kill themselves, but he's moderating a Pokemon face group. Okay, that's nice. My FF experience with him mainly starting during DSR Prog. He got declined from a static in favor of them taking a Fizz range main off-roll. Okay, so I've heard about this story before. He got declined from a static in favor of them taking a Fizz ranged main off-roll on healer instead of him, and ever since he was hung up on it. I felt bad for him and decided I would join him since I didn't have a stable group yet. He had a disgusting attitude during raid, condescending, passive-aggressive, argumentative, defensive, you name it. He bullied our dancer out of the group, instigated arguments between players, and made raiding a horrible experience for all involved. Any mistakes he made, he blamed someone else for it. Wow, shocking. Not only this, I was in 2 groups raiding 12 plus hours every single day for a month. His group was objectively worse than my other, so I requested to cut back hours in his group for my own sanity. And because I had things to take care of on the day I was requesting, he got mad at me for wanting that and proceeded to go on a rant behind my back to other static members, calling me lazy, unemployed, and useless. I've Crohn's disease and I'm not well enough to work, especially not back then. You know, keep in mind that this guy supposedly has been his friend for like 12 years. I was pushing it by rating that much and making myself sick. I decided to finally sever my friendship with this troglodyte when he ditched our raid group and made his own, poaching a few members and making us replace people at the end of Prague. I brought my partner in to help finish Prague for my group. He mains tank, but off-rolled healer to help us get the clear. Rec managed to get a hold of our Prague logs and completely tore into my partner's Sage gameplay. Okay, this definitely sounds like him, despite him having thousands more hours than my partner in DSR for raiding. You know, the more I read this, man, the more that he is absolutely obsessed with Final Fantasy XIV. So I bet the fact that I beat his parse just absolutely crushed him as a person. I bet that made him feel like the smallest dick motherfucker ever, and good. I'm glad. I hope every single time you play warrior, every single time you heavy swing or maim or storm's eye, every single time you put on that job stone, I hope you think about me. I hope you think, oh my God, I hate this guy because he's better than me. Yeah, that's right. I am better than you. I'm always gonna be better than you. And I hope that every single second you think about that. That's what I hope. Let's see. Not to mention we got the PSR or P7 DSR. 3 hours strange that Prague was fast all of a sudden once he was gone. Huh. Okay. Interesting how that happens. Anyway, sorry for the long post. I just wanted to thank you for helping the unknowing people in the community learn how horrible of a person he can be. It's going to save a lot of headaches for people in the future, and it has been infuriating for me to watch him get popular and farm praise while knowing myself how much of a piece of shit he is. Okay. These were sent. What is this? The group that rejected me is struggling with the P1 DPS check. He is very upset about that rejection. Apparently, they chose the guy with no level 90 Sage experience, so you're not alone. Yo, that really says something. So you're applying as a healer main, but you're such a shit player and shit human that they take a dancer main and they put it on healer. Like, dude, if that doesn't tell you something, then what the are you doing with your life? Because he can offer 60 hours over my 51. Yeah, okay. I'm sure that this may be the reason they gave you, but that's not the reason. I mean, if that's their thought process, then whatever. They'll take longer to prog with someone not super comfy on the job. Rating more doesn't mean progging more. That's a weird mindset to me. I also noticed they were questioning my T-logs way too much in terms of mine and my co-heals healing amount towards the end. I think they wanted a GCD bitch. So now I have giga free time and nothing to do with it. I mean, I would have done the same thing. I would have probably looked at your logs and been like, why the f are you chatting your healer? You're not healing enough. Get the f out of my group. Dumb dancer. Nah, they legit up limit cut. So I jumped off the edge and refused res. Then they changed their PF to this. Lamau. Farm, come on. Everyone must know the mechs already. Don't jump off like Aaron. Oh, Aaron was an alias, right? It was somewhere in here. I read the aliases and then I immediately forgot them. I don't know. Anyway, they're somewhere in here. So that was Timothy 7. So this is Pikachu 8. Yo, Zeems, just wanted to say thanks for being real on stream. I have the sad misfortune of being in the same top static as Req, and it's unreal how much he twists the narrative to make himself look good or like the victim, but I'm sure you're well aware at this point. I was one of the few in the static who wasn't taking his shit, so when we disbanded, he made up a million lies about me, and everyone in his little community of rats ate that shit up, so it's good for the obvious to be stated publicly like this. This is Peepo 9. Hey, Xeno, random viewer here. Just wanted to say thank you for exposing that guy. I lost my best friend during DSR Prague due to the manipulation turning them against me. Looking forward to Rebirth streams. Okay, that's really unfortunate. This is Froge 10. Oh, well, okay. That's a, okay. All right. Thank you for calling this maggot out for the piece of shit he is, Strummer. There's way too many people like Req on the internet that don't get called out on their BS and get away with this shit, especially in LPDU. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for calling Req out on his shit. He has been getting away with this shit for way too long. LPDU is a cesspool of toxicity because of him and his circle jerk group. Sadly, he is the only tip of the iceberg that the EU rating scene. The amount of people writing his dick and defending him and his behavior, even after everything that people have seen, is genuinely sad and makes me lose faith in humanity. But I understand that you are probably not interested in that. I just wanted to say thanks because I believe you did a good thing. Anyways, I don't want to bother you any longer with this. Sorry for that. I hope you can enjoy the rest of your day off. So one thing I want to touch on real quick is all of this shit happened like a little while ago. This is not current. Okay. All of this shit happened like, I want to say probably, well, okay. As far as LPDU goes, okay, because it went through some changes. Some of the stuff that people are saying are not reflecting the current LPDU. I want to make that clear. This is 11. I don't know. Bro has been yapping for a week. Then I respond to his whilin' ass DM and he explodes. I guess this is in relation to me. I'm not sure. Oh, just said this, Lemthal. Yeah, okay. European Rating Central. Okay, so this is another Discord. I got some more juice about his insecurity. Not that it belong on stream because it's so long ago and I don't have screenshots and I have stopped playing 14 as trying to get competitive in Tekken. But a few years ago, I had a DSR reclear server for PF Gremlins. And there was a little fight that kicked out between two healers. One that zero parsed many fights. I think she did have legitimate mental handicaps, but that's not the issue. She was nice to raid with, and as a healer, she completely overhealed any damage that any of the tanks would take. Oh, I asked this person, I was like, hey, can I show this? And they said yes. I just copied their original message. I addressed this stuff publicly in the server and told people not to be apologize profusely. If you don't want to raid with someone, that's fine, but don't be horrible and nasty to them and be more productive about helping them. Rhett Cat had moles inside the server apparently, or it got back to him somehow, so he had a few people went on the attack on the other healer pretty heavily. Okay, I believe this because other people have also said that Rec has went out of their way to harass them and all of that garbage. It's been more than just one person. However, I was pretty shit at DSR when I was doing it too, and we were in PF together, and one time a bunch of people turned up on my stream and told me that Rec was talking shit about my server and what a shit admin I was for not doing anything while directing people to my stream. I can't confirm or deny this because the last thing I want to do is dig through almost 2-year-old VODs and hear his insufferable voice. Now I just find it really hilarious because the person was so off-putting and LPDU all the time and wanted to morally grandstand about not being toxic, pretty much to say that he was a good person, even though the issues had been solved internally, and then did that shit to you. Everyone I know from all my time raiding and ultimates that I still keep up with was watching today and in many other servers, and all unanimously said Rec is a nasty person and really deserves what he's getting. My ex said he was the first person on our blacklist or close to that. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention here, guys. Apparently, that clip that I showed where he told the guy to go kill himself, apparently that one was a charity stream. Yeah, apparently. Now, I don't know how true that is. That's just what I was told. So that may or may not be true. Multiple people have said that. Now, I haven't seen the stream VOD myself, so I cannot confirm. Bit of a stream of consciousness, but thank you for clearing the trash, dude. I think he was simping for that person I was talking about earlier because it was so obviously wrong what was said about her in the interaction, and everyone in the server was in agreement, including me, but he still sent hate towards my way. Unconfirmed, I am pretty sure of it. And considering what he was saying on the daily in LPDU, he can right off. If he had your audience, he could do 1,000,000 times worse. Okay, what is this?
I don't know what the they're doing, but like, we could fix the mistakes and everyone else is just thinking they're faker or some shit. Just let me go middle, man. I'm literally got mitt on. Holy annoying as shit. Why are you making the pull more complex than it needs to be? Just let the tank who has the tools to take the auto attack, take the auto attack. But I guess you wouldn't know that, because you don't even use home gang on AM3. You.
Ooh. What was he gonna say there? He was gonna say something. Nah. He almost slipped up. Okay, all right. He almost slipped up. Okay. What's this? I haven't talked about this for a week and I streamed for a week straight. Okay, so he's quoting me, right? Okay, real. Blob is coming for you. If I'm still rating at 37, I failed life. 37 years old. I don't know, bro has been yapping for a week, then I respond to his violent. Okay. So let me tell you this. I'm going to be blunt. You wish that you had my job. You would probably give everything up in your life to be in my position. So don't even for a second pretend that you wouldn't. You wish and hope with all your heart that you would be rating at 37 and being able to monetize it. Don't bullshit. Don't even pretend for a second that you don't want this. No. You can lie and blah, 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 blah all you want. But I know deep down that if we could trade positions, you would trade it in a blink of an eye without hesitation. You are just jealous and salty that you don't have what I do. That's it. So don't for a second pretend, don't even for a second pretend that thinking that rating at 37 is bad. Like, I don't know who you're lying, but you ain't gonna lie to me. You can lie to these idiots and your friends and all this shit. They'll believe you, you know? But me, no. That shit ain't gonna fly with me. I know without a shadow of a doubt that you would 100,000,000% trade positions with me in the blink of an eye. It's like that. So don't even try to pretend that rating at 37 is a bad thing. And I'm 38. I'm not 37. I'm going to be 39 in a couple months. But don't even for a second pretend that rating at 37 or 38 is a bad thing. This is one of the stupidest things you've ever said. The amount of how do I want to word it here? The amount of jealousy, the amount of saltiness and hatred in this comment is very high. Very, very high. And you are very upset about this. So you can lie to everybody all you want, but me and you both know that you are full of shit right here. Full of shit. What's this one? Bro's been stuck on a loop record for a week. Someone in his community did something a bit too far, so I talked about it. Okay, so let me talk about this for a second. So he claimed that someone in this community, so you guys, he basically claimed he was doxxed, and he claimed that I instigated a witch hunt. Okay, now I want to see proof of this. I want to see proof. I've given you substantial time, right? Let's see. When was the last time that we talked? So I've given you about 3 weeks to produce any evidence, but where's your evidence? Do you have any evidence of any of the doxing? Do you have any evidence of any of the witch hunt? Do you have any evidence of anything? I didn't think so. I did not think so. So anyway, no, that was another lie. And he is full of shit. And I am yet again calling your bluff. I am telling you to produce evidence or stop yapping. Okay, this is Dick 12. People never brought it to light this massively until now due to the amount of supposed clout Req had. The authority he had in certain communities, the quantity of people that would defend him, and the small pool of high-end raiders in the EU community. Okay, I'm going to say this now, man. Dude, anybody that was his friend or anybody that defended him, man, shame on you. Shame on you. What is wrong with you? This guy is obviously a big piece of shit. You are going to support this individual because he's got a good parse in a game? He is homophobic, racist, abusive, sexist, transphobic? Shame on you. Shame on you. And you are a pathetic person for even entertaining this idea. What is wrong with you? LPDU used to be a place where he and others would dogpile people religiously, from calling them retarded pieces of shit, putting them on block lists, clipping and then making fun of them, and many other things. This is little dick energy. Later on his stream, if you are watching, he mentions how if you did this to the wrong person with thin skin, they'd off themselves, not realizing everything he says to people makes people feel the same way. So I want to talk on this for a second. I am not in control of your actions. If you want to off yourself, that's none of my business. You can die tomorrow or live forever. I don't care. I don't care which. Your business is none of mine. If you say something or involve me, then I'm going to respond. And if that response leads to actions, whatever actions that leads to, you doing, harming yourself or whatever, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. I don't care. I literally do not care. You have involved me, and around, find out. So maybe next time, don't involve me. It's just as simple as that. You are not going to guilt trip me into thinking that I am bullying you. I am not bullying you. I am calling you on all of your bullshit. There's a difference. I am not going to feel sorry for you. You do not deserve any sympathy. You made your bed, now lay in it. You did this to you. No one else did this. You did this to you. And now you're suffering the consequences of your actions. That's what happens. So the fact that you would actually stoop to this level to say that if you keep being mean, or if people keep being mean, then they're going to off themselves, that is absolutely ridiculous. And that is an extremely cowardice stance to take. I have had mad beef with him, called him out publicly, and made everyone aware of him myself, and tend to not get, but others' fear of repercussions will cause them to just hide and accept his behavior. I'm curious as to what the repercussions will be, because I will tell you guys this, you should not fear this person at all. He is a pussy. He is a coward. The only thing that he can possibly do is call you names to people like him, and their opinions don't matter. His opinion doesn't matter. They're awful human beings. There will not be any repercussions. Like, what can he possibly do? Nothing. Which has enabled him for so long. So finally outing him has given people the opportunity to finally speak out and end his FF career. Honestly, now that we've cleared, you're such a, okay. And let's see, no shot. The Blackington is saying that's too much seasoning. Whitest something alive. Okay. This is Richard 13. Because he had more community, he hated an entire year on me for no reason, for calling him a clown for clicking off raid buffs. Okay. Malachite was the first who picked me up, and it did nothing. He kept on going. I stopped streaming out of fun because people came into the stream and perma insulted me. You have the community. None of us is bigger than him. To answer your questions, why no one spoke up. We tried, but no one cared. This was more or less proven in the Yama video, actually. Can't show GIF. Would like it for not to be shown on stream since it's pretty not safe for work. Don't worry, I will not show the GIF. Basically, Req got his community on stream to surround Yama and his community in the area they like to hang out. We later found out one of his friends was doing this to Yama and was bragging about it in Req's Discord. He posted that GIF in his Discord and LPDU, and we've been spammed in Yama's Discord with his GIF multiple times. So the GIF consisted of an animation of Yama's character, which I think is just very weird that a person would go out of their way to make a animation specifically for this reason. That is like very, very, very weird to me. Now, I can't show you the GIF. I'm not going to show you the GIF. I'm not going to spread the GIF. If you believe me or don't believe me, I don't really give a shit. You can believe or not believe any of this shit. You know, that's up to you to decide. I got a bunch of messages. I'm showing you guys some of these messages. That's literally it. Something more personal for me, but either him or his community took one of my G poses I posted in Yama's Discord and made it into a sticker to harass him, okay? Billy Bob 15 actively tells people about it, and people are talking about it despite it being almost 4 months since they made it a sticker. It's not safe for work, but this is someone posting it in Req's Discord. We have so much more, but it includes personal information since this was before he was Reki's cat. So it's really weird to me why you would blame me for doxing when I have people messaging me telling me that they have included personal information. So why would you think that I did it? And I still want to see evidence that I doxed you, because me and you both know that you were talking about me. So don't be a pussy. Don't be a coward. You were talking about me. Just come out with it. I want to see evidence that I doxed you. I want to see evidence that I instigated a witch hunt, because these are things that you said that I did. And I have yet to see any evidence. And people like you, cowards like you, this is all you do. You just throw shit at a wall with absolutely no evidence. You think that these things become true because you speak them. It's just crazy that people say these things with no evidence and just hope that people believe it. Anyway, but yeah, this guy has been trouble and a pain in almost any group, to the point my current raid team and all my circle in 14 have been flamed and harassed by him plus his audience for more than a year. I don't need to be anonymous. I'm happy this is out there. Thank you for what you do and did. Okay, so even though they said they're not anonymous, I just left them as, what is this, Jerry 15 or whatever the I said. Keep my anonymous, by the way. Okay. So this is Johnny Too Fast 16. Feel bad for him being doxxed, but at the same time, you just can't control it. People will be people. If they want to do some shitty shit, they will do it. But yeah, what he said about him not being toxic is just wrong, because he already got banned for it. Okay. What is this? Ooh, Jesus. Looks like Vaseline's been smeared on it. Let's see. Annoying ass Disneylanders. You're so shit. Get help. An Advent abuser can't do mechs without it in P5. I see you, retard. Okay. Let's see this one. You have AIDS. Okay. All right. Classic Req. Req flaming people in party chat. You know what? I'm not in LPD anymore. Can we kick this dog and replace? Okay, so he's probably upset about that. Okay, so anyway, this is the end of the doc. These are just some of the messages that I wanted to share last time, but I wasn't able to. I do have even more, but like I said earlier, they wanted to remain anonymous, but well, in addition to wanting to remain anonymous, they also preferred me not to show it on stream because of specific situations that would directly tie them to the DM. But anyway, I wanted to show some of this stuff because I didn't get to show it last time. And in addition to that, I was actually overwhelmed with the amount of messages that I was getting for talking about this individual and exposing this individual. It's just so much shit happened that it was just overwhelming. Okay. Overdue on the kisses, drummer.